Hello everyone, Fox here, and it's that time again, Bounty Broker Reviews, but with a twist. This time we are only reviewing the Stay Frosty bounty pack, and that's because the recent bounties have come out in such rapid succession, I wasn't able to get this review done in time to also review the Go Bag, which was the last bounty pack bumped out. But hey, let's get started. There were two items in the Stay Frosty pack that I thought were good. One of them is really good, and the other one is good enough to make it on the list. So that means this should be a pretty short review. Let's start with the first one. The Howlitzer. This is a scoped 50 caliber bolt action rifle with a 4-round capacity. The bounty for it is to kill 5 freaks with rifles, and if you want more Howitzers, they cost 750 influence each. Now, this is the weapon that I said earlier is really good, and that's because it's a 50 caliber weapon, and all 50 caliber weapons are super good in State of Decay 2, but this one's extra good just because the bounty is super easy. Just kill 5 freaks with rifles, and it's actually pretty cheap, only 750 influence. And that might sound a little expensive, but when you consider that the Timberwolf is a 1000 influence item and the B50FG is a 1500 influence item, yeah, 750 influence is a bargain. So the reason why all 50 caliber weapons are so good is because they just blast away pretty much all the enemies. Most zombies die in 1 hit, even from non-headshots, and juggernauts, they die in 5 hits. And the way that the game balances the power of these weapons is by making the ammo really expensive and making the weapons kind of hard to get. But you can counter both of these. The ammo issue can be countered by equipping it on your allies because they have infinite ammo. If you slap one of these on all members of your community, they're just going to blast away all the zombies that are attacking, and the issue of them being kind of rare is countered, well, by this bounty, and that's why this bounty is so good. Completing this bounty gives you a assured way to obtain 50 caliber technology as long as the Stay Frosty bounty pack is in cycle, and once again, it's not that expensive for the power of the weapon. The final quirks about this weapon is that it's actually the lightest weight of all of the 50 caliber weapons, which could be relevant if your objective is to stay under heavy carry, and also it's rather inaccurate compared to other 50 caliber weapons, but considering that the main thing you would be shooting at is a juggernaut, it shouldn't matter. Anyways, let's move on to the second and final weapon on this list for the Stay Frosty pack, and that's the Hbsd Blackout. It is a 7.62mm integrally silenced scoped assault rifle with a 20-round capacity. Bounty is to kill 2 juggernauts with assault weapons, and if you want extra copies of the Blackout, they will cost 1,150 influence each. Now, this weapon just barely made it onto the list, and for only one reason: the integrated silencer, which is the highest quality of all silencers. If you're not familiar with the difference here, the integrated silencer is permanently attached to the weapon, but in exchange for that, it doesn't cause the weapon to break down faster. All other silencers cause the weapon to lose its durability faster per shot. And now normally I would just sing praises for a weapon like this. Indeed, most weapons with an integrated silencer will automatically make it onto the list, but unfortunately for the Blackout, the problem with it is the scope. You see, it has a most unusual scope that zooms in to such a short distance that it's pretty much like not having a scope at all. Now, Undead Labs presented this to be like an advantage, that it'll be good at close range, but honestly, it's just like not having a scope at all. It's basically just a rifle with an integrated suppressor, and that's just not nearly as outstanding as some of the other rifles that have also had an integrated suppressor and a healthy, like, mid-range scope. Like, the scope is so weak that it's not going to help you with long-range enemies. It's not going to help you with mid-range enemies. It's not even going to help you with short-range enemies. If you don't use the scope at all, it's basically the same weapon. And the point is that there are much better weapons out there than this one, but like I said, integrated silencer, it's still a good weapon, but there's a good chance you probably have something better in your arsenal. If you're newer to the game, then yeah, I'd recommend going right out and grabbing one of these because it's still a good general weapon. Anyways, that is that for the Stay Frosty Bounty Pack review. Let me know down in the comment section. Do you find yourself interested in any of these? Or are you like, meh, I'll wait until the next pack to see if there's anything even better? Tell me down in the comment section. And before you head out, like this video if it was informative. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.